Welcome to the final Paranormal Activity breakdown. We look at the final film for now in the franchise, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. The next series will be Scream, but we other solo films to do in the meantime, but I won't make you wait any longer. Welcome to Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, EXPLAINED. The Ghost Dimension follows a new family, the Fleeges, Father Ryan Crisjay, Mary, Mother Emily Britt Shaw, and their young daughter Leela Eva George, who move into a house and discover a video camera and a box of tapes in the garage. When they look through the camera's lens, they begin to see the paranormal activity happening around them, including the reemergence of young Christy and Katie. A newly moved family finds a box of old VHS sets in their house. The family consists of the married couple Ryan and Emily, their young daughter Leela, and Ryan's little brother. Ryan and his brother decide to watch the tapes, and soon see that they film Katie and Christy being taught supernatural abilities by their grandmother. However, Katie notices the brother's presence, though the video was filmed 20 years before. In another box, they find a camera that they soon discover allows them to see paranormal occurrences that the human eye can't detect. Soon Leela becomes the victim of supernatural attacks, and Ryan must find a way to save his daughter. The film opens with a scene from the end of Paranormal Activity 3, set in 1988, where Katie and Christy watch as Dennis' spine is crushed by a mysterious force. Grandma Lois takes the girls upstairs while the entity takes the camera with them. A man speaks to the girls about Tubby and how they are important to his plan. 25 years later in 2013, Ryan Fleege, his wife Emily, and their 6-year-old daughter Leela are about to celebrate Christmas when Ryan's brother Mike moves in after breaking up with his girlfriend. Along with them is Skylar, who notices that Leela is talking to an imaginary friend named Tubby. Mike finds a box of old videotapes dating from 1988 to 1992. The tapes show a young Christy and Katie with their mother and her boyfriend Dennis in 1988. While others from 1992 are in Lois' house, where the two are practicing supernatural abilities with the mysterious man. Ryan and Mike notice that the girls are seemingly aware of the two's presence. They are able to foresee Ryan and Mike's every action as the pair simultaneously watch the video. The film starts in 1988 at the end of the third film. A supernatural entity bends Dennis backwards and kills him. Grandma Lois Hallie Foot guides young Katie, Toulouse Sendry, and Christy Jessica Tiller Brown upstairs where they meet with a guy named Kent Dongaminus, whom Lois says will be the girls' teacher. Kent tells the girls that he is going to help them with something that will benefit them in the future. We jump to 2013 in Santa Rosa. C.A. at the Fleege home. Dad Ryan Crisjay. Mary is with his daughter Leela Eva George as they wait for Ryan's brother Mike Dan Gill to show up. Mike is staying with his brother after going through a pretty bad breakup. Ryan's wife Emily Britt Shaw doesn't like the idea of Mike staying for too long. Joining them is a friend named Skylar Olivia Taylor Dudley. While going through some stuff, Ryan and Mike come across a camera and some old tape. They play one of the tapes and see Katie and Christy as kids while Mike records the events with the camera. Another tape shows the girls in a room with Kent asking Christy what she sees. Based on what she describes, Ryan is a bit creeped out to notice that Christy is describing Leela's room. Kent asks Christy if she sees him. Christy strains and says yes before a skeletal blue flash goes over her face and the power in the house go out. Mike records the family as Leela puts the angel on top of the Christmas tree. When Ryan gets a hold of the camera, he sees that it's picking up particles in the air, and it sounds like he's underwater as he walks past it. Leela starts acting strangely. Ryan catches her with her bleeding hand pressed against the bathroom mirror while saying something backwards. When they leave, the handprint fades into the mirror before something cracks it. When Ryan and Skylar review the footage, they play the tape backwards and see that Leela is saying Bloody Mary. Night number 6. The adults stay awake and close to Leela. Downstairs, Ryan picks up Tubby forming around Mike. They hide in the kitchen as they can see Tubby through the camera, stomping and making troublesome noises while growling menacingly. Deciding that enough is enough, Ryan and Emily call Father Todd to get rid of Tubby once and for all. He says that since Leela is not technically possessed, they aren't doing an exorcism, but an extermination. That night, the adults soak some sheets in warm water and draw a circle with a star in the middle on the floor that everyone stands in. Get Leela and prepare for the cleansing. Tubby starts to shake the house like an earthquake. Mike turns on the night vision as the adults jump out of the circle as Tubby lunges toward them, where we finally get a look at his demonic face. He becomes trapped in the circle as the adults throw the sheets on him. He rises as a tall figure and stomps toward them until Todd speaks an incantation that supposedly vanquishes Tubby. Everyone thinks it's over, then Leela appears to snap back to normal, until Skiller's neck starts twisting and she regurgitates an acidic black bile that burns Mike to death. Leela runs away. Her parents chase after her, but Tubby puts his arm through Ryan's chest, killing him. Emily then finds the tunnel in Leela's wall and follows her through it. Emily finds herself in the basement of Katie and Krista's old home back in 1992. She sees blood dripping from the ceiling, and she fears the worst. Emily then comes face to face with Katie and Christy, whose eyes are both blacked out. Katie tells Emily it's too late and that he's real now. Emily finds Leela, grinning with her hand bleeding. A stomping noise is heard, and Emily sees Tubby, now having finally taken on a physical form of his own. She pleads with Tubby to spare her since he got what he wanted, but he grabs her by the throat and snaps her neck. The film and series ends with Leela taking Tubby's hand and walking away off screen. And that's it. We have finished the Paranormal Activity franchise. Join me tonight when we cover the Netflix film The Platform. Please subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.